Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be flipping another old wig of mine. Today I'm going to be making a braid wig, and you know the economy is hard, and I'm really trying to show you guys things that you can do to stay in budget and be bougie on a budget still. So I'm going to flip this old wig that I have, and I'm going to make a very cute braid wig out of it. So if you want to see more of this, please stay tuned and keep watching. Right now, I'm just brushing out the wig, making sure I take away all of the knots so that it's really easy for me to part and be able to braid. As you guys can see, this wig is really old and it's super long. So what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to trim it a little bit just so that I'm able to braid. You don't really have to do this, but I just thought it would be much more easier for me to braid hair that's shorter than longer. I don't know. But anyways, I also went ahead and pinned the lace down onto my wig cap so that it doesn't move around. One thing I love about this canvas head and the new wig stand that I got is that it's really stable in a way, but not really stable, but it's more stable than any other wig stand that I've got. So what I did right now is I went ahead and separate the baby hair from the rest of the lace. And so the braids, the little braids that you see on the front, that's going to be my baby hair. And right now I'm going to go ahead as well and separate the lace from the rest of the tracks. So for some reason you have to do this, you really do, so that it's just much more better and it looks more neat and your wig is going to look more neat that way. So I'm going ahead and separating the lace from the rest of the track. After I'm done separating the lace from the track, I'm going to go ahead and section out the back tracks as well, and I'm going to be doing 3 tracks at a time. This wig is not a custom wig, so the tracks are a little more thinner than when you customize a wig using an actual bundle. The weft on bundles are much more thicker than like the weft on the wigs. So I noticed that, so I'm doing three tracks per row. But if you have a custom unit that you created, I would suggest that you probably go down to like maybe 2 tracks or something like that. It's really up to you how you want your wig to be done. So I'm going ahead and sectioning that up, and I'm just braiding it. So once I'm done braiding everything, as you guys can see, everything looks very messy. She looks like Crazy Head from like Orange is the New Black or some shit. Anyways, so now I'm gonna work my way with like braiding the hair. So what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna section off my braids per se. I'm not sure how to explain this part to you guys, but I'm not using any technique as to the shape of hair that I'm doing. Since it's a wig, I'm really trying to just cover up the tracks, because that's one thing that's very important when you're creating a braid wig. Some people, they turn around their backside, you can see the cap in the wig. So I'm really doing my best to part this hair in a way that I'm able to cover all of the tracks in the back of the wig, and it can look better, and it won't look like, some Instagram models that I've seen with lace wigs that are definitely just not okay. I don't know who did that, but it was done. So as you guys can see in the video that I showed you guys, that I'm using the edge booster as a gel that I'm going to be using to mold the hair so that it's easier for me to braid the wig. This edge booster gel is definitely, I don't know what my opinion is about it. It smells really good. It's amazing, but the flicks that it leaves behind, it's really uncomfortable and it's hard to braid with. So you really have to blend it in. It's another time consuming. I don't want to have to blend products in when I'm braiding hair because it's already a lot of work to braid hair. So I've done sectioning out the braids for the lace, and I literally use elastic band to do this. I'm gonna be using 2 type of braiding hair today because I'm using leftover stuff. I didn't go to the store because everything is closed, but I'm using leftover hairs that I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the XPRESSION and also Jen Collection hair. One is pre-stretched, and I really like the one that's already pre-stretched, just because I didn't have to do a lot of work with it. But anyways, I don't mind using XPRESSION as well, whatever. I enjoyed it as well, so it's not a big deal. So now I'm just going ahead and braiding the hair. One thing I noticed, that braiding with the rubber band, it's not my type of thing. I really wanted the wig to look natural as possible. So what I did was that even though I part the hair and I put the rubber band on it, it kind of helped me stay neat with braiding. But I kind of started taking it off and just started braiding, so that it actually looks like my braids are coming from the roots. A lot of people braid with the rubber bands, but as a professional braider, I mean, I won't say professional braider, but as somebody that's been braiding for a long time, I was really uncomfortable with using a rubber band. I feel like it's for amateurs. But anyways, anywho, I'm just gonna go ahead and braid this hair, and then I'll come back and show you guys another detailed video of like other things that I did to make my braids look neat. So one thing I'm doing is that I'm braiding the hair according to the directions of my parts. So as you guys can see, I'm braiding the hair going backwards because I really want the braids to be able to cover the tracks in the back, right? So I'm not braiding going towards the sideburns or anything. I am braiding going backwards. And with time, you can be able to adjust it, be able to move the braids around when it starts to get a little more older and flexible. But for now, I really want the braids direction to go in the back, so I'm braiding the hair from the roots going in the back. So I am using the edge control to braid, and I'm using the edge control throughout my braiding process, just because I really want my braids to be nice and neat, and I don't want it to have little tiny hairs sticking out. So the edge control really helps to smooth out everything. That's why I'm using it. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward this video just because I want this video to be short. But I'm gonna go ahead and braid the rest of the head, and then I'll come back and show you guys the next step. So I braided all the hair on the wig. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by myself. I braided it all the way up down to the ends, so it looks very nice, and it's gonna look very nice and flowy. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip the extensions, the braids, extensions, whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna dip them into very hot water. You want to make sure that, like, you know what type of hair extension fabric you're dealing with. If it's like super synthetic, like those ombre one, you have to be careful with the temperature of water that you're going to be using. But since I'm using the XPRESSION, I know how it works, and so I'm using super boiling water. Now, I am touching this, okay? I have African hands, so I have more tolerance for some reason when it comes to like hot stuff and shit like that, because, you know, I've been used to my mom cooking and I'm stealing out of the pot and shit like that. Anyway, so I'm touching it and it's hot. You don't want to do that. Use your towel. But if you do that, please don't come back to my video and be like, but she was... No. There's no but in this shit. Okay? Anyway, so I'm going to dip the hair into hot water. And then I'm going to go ahead and also shave off the little tiny flakes of hair that's on the hair, because I really want this braid to look really good. So I'm making sure that everything looks nice and neat. And once I'm done shaving off, I'm going to go again and apply the bottom part, the ends of the braids into hot water. And I'm also going to grab my towel and also damp the towel on the top of the braids as well, so that it can lay nice and flat. So once I'm done doing that, I'm going to show you guys the finished result. I'm going to take the wig off the stand and I'm going to give you guys a 360 view. Like, my girl, this thing looks so good. Like, my girl, I'm even so excited. Anyways, I want to be really extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an old leftover bundle that I have. It's super new and it's curly. And I was like, hey, I could just add some into my braids, and this is gonna look really neat and cute. So I went ahead and cut it off the weft, and I'm just gonna crochet it into my braids, and I'm gonna crochet it at the bottom, and I'm also gonna crochet it between my braids. And if you guys want to see videos of like crocheting, you can definitely watch other people's videos on YouTube, or if you want me to do a video of crochet, then I can definitely go ahead and do that. Just leave a comment below. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply those strands into my braids, and then I'll come back. Of course, one thing you want to do when you're done braiding your hair is applying a foaming wrap. And this is just really going to help to make the hair look very shiny and neat. And I'm also going to apply this wig down because I almost forgot this is a wig. Of course, I'm going to be using my everyday everyday routine for molding down my wig. I'm using my bedhead hairspray. I already have a lot of videos of how I put down my wig if I'm wearing it every day, if it's an everyday wig, which this braid wig is definitely going to be rocked for at least 2 weeks. I'm going to mold that down. I'm going to do my baby hair, and then you guys can watch me slay this wig.
What's 616? I'm with a slay. Ooh. What's 616? I'm with a slay. Ooh. Pretty bitch, long hair. New season, Montclair. They looking for me, I'm aware. They see the kid, I wouldn't dare.
Now, I really like the look of the braids without any accessories, but I was like, you know what? I just want to be a little more extra. So I was like, I'm just going to add a little bit of beads and stuff like that. I got this from my local beauty supply store. You can check yours out and find whatever it is that you want. And you want to be super crafty with your hair, then go ahead and do that. And that's all I did.
What's 616? I'm with a slay. Ooh.
And this is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and please subscribe to this channel. I appreciate all your support. If it isn't me, then it's who though?